Okay, so the last class we have looked into about how to create a document, how to do the merging of two documents. Then we learned about how to create header or footer. And then we tried to create the table of contents, the first page. We learned how to insert automatic page numbering. Then we looked at how to check the spellings and grammar, how to check for any grammatical mistake or any spelling mistakes, how to accept them, how to ignore, how to change the spelling mistakes in the entire document, and so on. Then we also looked at how to change the page margin, size, orientation, and finally do the saving of the files. So anybody have doubts on this topic? In last week's class, any particular portion do you want me to repeat again? Did you try to practice? Yeah, did you manage to follow up? Any doubts?
No, I am no doubt, but I haven't do my homework, sir, about this module.
Okay. How about Ganesh? Any doubts?
No doubt, sir. Okay.
Okay. Mayanuddin?
Yes, sir. I have some problem. Modify and page margin. You can control the shortly.
Modify page margin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shortly.
So you want to show the modify page margin, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So page layout, this is the margin. Okay, can you see the screen? Okay. So usually we use either the normal or narrow or moderate. This is the three commonly used settings.
After 3.
The first three, these three models are the common use settings.
Yeah.
So you can use this. Okay. So today I will cover another topic about how to do the print preview. So at that time you will understand why there are different settings are available. So at that time I will explain how the margin can help you. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, fine. Okay, so maybe I'll just explain the homework a bit. Maybe you're not sure what to do, so I will just touch on the homework topic. The instruction I will explain to you.
Okay.
Okay, so this week is a bit special because we are talking about merging of documents. So this is the instruction file, and there is another two files. One is Lesson 8 homework part 1, and another document is Lesson 8 homework part 2. So there are two documents. So you have to merge the two documents into one document. So we learned last week how to merge the two documents. So you have to first merge and then rename the file as this way, Lesson 8 homework, then you can put your name. So this is the first two steps. Then you create a header for the document. Using the header option, you put the title in the header. And in the footer, you insert the page number. Once you do that, you have to create the table of contents. You have to create a table of contents, something like what we did in the previous classes, right? I will show you the example. So table of content is this one. So we created this. So similarly, you need to create in this document because it has chapter 1, chapter 2. There are 10 titles. So you need to create the table of contents. Then you format the document to align justify, change the paper size to A4, and then put a border. So all these things actually we covered in the last class. So if you follow the video, if you cannot remember, you will see the video, you should be able to do all these steps. So far, nobody has submitted, so please spend some time, try to understand. Okay. And from there, you can try to practice. If you have any doubts, then you message me. Is that okay? Okay. Brother Venu? Hello. May I know who is this in the name?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Can hear you clearly.
Okay, okay. Because I'm just seeing a person called Venu.
Okay.
So who is this? Brother Venu?
Brother, obviously, I'm Venu. Actually, I want to ask some doubts on the Excel. I will join later on. Is it
Okay,
okay
Excel
for
is
you?
today. Today is still MS Word.
Yeah. That's what I requested Ganesh Prabhu. He said that it's the name called Brisley. That's why I joined this group. Later on, maybe end of the session, can I ask maybe a few questions?
Okay, okay, fine.
Okay, so I go off now or just stay here?
Yeah, it's fine. You can maybe if you want, you can join later also. Not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, no worries. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is the homework. So please practice it, and if you have any doubts in the WhatsApp group, you can check with me. Okay, so we will move on to today's portion. Today we will be covering the last class. This is the last class for Microsoft Word. So today's topic is finalizing the document. Okay, so basically we will look at how to do a preview of the document, how to do the printing of documents, and how to track the changes, and whenever there are changes, how to accept or reject changes, and how to protect the documents. And you will also learn some of the shortkeys. Actually, there are many shortcut keys, but you will just learn the basic things that is important. So that is basically the topic for today. Okay. Okay, so I'm just taking back the previous lessons, what we have. So for example, if you have a document like this, and you want to do a printing of the document, first thing is you need to do is to check whether the document, how it looks like before even you print. If not, sometimes if you are not doing the setup correctly, you may waste up the papers and you have to reprint it because you find there is something you forgot to change. So the first thing is you need to check the preview, how it looks like. So how do you do that? Go to the home tab. You go to the office button. You go to the print option and you go to the print preview. So when you click this, you can see how the document looks like. Just a second. Okay. So go to print preview. This is how the document, when it prints in a paper, you will be able to see. So exactly you can see, instead of printing, you can really see in the screen how in the paper this will look like. So whatever the changes you think you want to make, after looking at the print preview, you can change. So now early in the class, Niam, you asked about the margins, right? So here you can actually try the margin. You see, you can decide what margin you want, how it likes to be in the printout. You can try. So you can see exactly the changes. When I put the normal, it's more wider. I can go to narrow. It's very narrow. The gaps in the sides are very less. So it depends on what you need and how you need. Okay. So in this manner, you can change. So margins you can visualize how the printout going to be, so you can change. Also now you can see here the formatting is not uniform, it's not justified. So I want to change the format, so I can go back. See, I can select the document. And I can go back to the format. I want to go and do the align. So now the whole document is justified. So now I can go and save. I go to print preview to see again. So now you can see the document is changed to justified. I want a wider margin, so I go back and change to normal. Now it looks more presentable for me, so I can proceed to do the printout. So this is the use of print preview. You can actually see exactly how it looks like in the paper. So it gives you an idea whether the heading size is okay or you want to change it. You want to change to a different font, whether what kind of alignment you need, what margin you need, what font you need, everything you can see here even without printing. So it helps you to save paper and make changes quickly before even you waste the time to print and see it for yourself. So this is called print preview. Any doubts on this?
No, sir, clear.
Okay, fine. So this is called the print preview. Next, we can look at basic print options and the print document. So we will see how
That
to
was modify and justify, right? That's not so what.
Yes, correct. So you go to
Last chapter one, huh?
this.
Same. Look like last chapter.
Yeah, it is there. You can see it's justified.
Okay.
Both sides are uniform. So this is the justified.
Right.
So this is
Clear.
okay. Fine. So next we will look at how to print the document. So again, you go back to the Office button, you click, go to the print option and go to the print. Here you have two options, quick print and print. If you have all the settings correct, you can go to the print option, quick print option. But I would recommend you always go to the print so that you can see this window. When you click the print, you will see this dialog box coming up. And here you can see this is the name of the printer that you want to print. So you have to add the printer here before. So if you are using it in your office, if you have the printer, by right default, your printer would have been already added here. So you need to decide which printer you need to print. Then you choose the printer. So once you choose the printer, then there are many other options here. Let's look one by one. So first thing is, here you can see at the page range, whether which page you want to print. Do you want to print the entire document or you want to print? So if you put select the option all, the entire document prints. So how many pages in the document? The entire pages will be printed. If you do not want to print all the pages, you want to print only certain pages, there are two ways. If it is only one paper, you can just put at the current page, you keep the cursor at the current page. Only this paper will be printed, this page will be printed. But if you want, okay, I want to print pages 1 to 5, then you can select this. You can put here page 1-5. That means if you have 10 pages, for example, the printer will print only pages 1 to 5 from the document. It does not print the balance pages 6 to 10 because you have given only this range 1 to 5. Okay, so if you want, okay, I want the page number 1, I want the page number 3, I want to have page number 5, you can do so by putting a comma. Just separate it with a comma. So you put page 1, 3, 5. So you can also do this way. Now, if you think, okay, I want page 1, 3, and 5 to 10. You do not want only page 2 and 4. You can do so by combining the two methods. 1, 3, then you want 5 to 10. If you do so, all these pages only will be printed. Page 1, page 3, page 5, up to page 10. So this will be printed. So let me repeat again. If you want to print the entire document, you just select page range to all. So entire document will be printed. If you want to print only the current page where you are having the cursor, you can. If you need multiple pages but not the entire document, I think somebody's mic. Okay. So if you need only certain pages to be printed, you go for the third option. You select pages. Here you can type whichever pages you want. If you want a range of pages, you can put like 1 to 5. 1 to 5. If you think you need certain pages randomly, then you can put page 1, 3, 5, 7. You can do so. Or you can do a combination of it. So accordingly, only these particular pages will be printed. Okay. So this is one way. Here, there's also other options to print odd pages or even pages. But this will be usually not that useful in your day-to-day life. So this is the main thing that is very useful for you. The next thing is about how many pages per sheet. So in one paper, how many pages you want to print. So you can choose here. And then what is the scale to paper size? What kind of paper are you choosing? So usually you will have to change. The best way is to change the paper size in the layout first itself. Here, for example, now I kept A3 and I want to print this in A4. So I just changed to A4 here straight away. So this is the best way to do it. Then when you go to the print option, you can print it to the A4. So I will explain that again later. So the next option is properties. When you go to the properties, you can look at it. You can see here, basic, whether it's a portrait or landscape. So we learned about portrait or landscape in the page setup. So accordingly, based on your orientation of the page, what you have set in the document, you select the paper selection here. Okay. Then here in the paper tab, you can select what is the paper size you wanted to choose. So I will set the document here in A4. Remember just now I changed the size to A4. So I will also have the paper here as A4. So it will be automatically selecting the A4 paper in the printer. Okay. So I think this is all more detailed. This one actually not really required for you. So this is about the print options. So this is about to print it in a printer. Suppose if you don't want to print it into a printer, you want to save as a PDF file, you should just go here and you will find here print to PDF. So you select this and you print all, save, okay. It will prompt you where to save the file. So okay, I will save here as test print, for example. I save. The document is saved now. So I go back to my desktop. I can find this file in PDF format. I open. You can see that this document is printed in PDF. So this way you can also convert the document into a PDF file. Clear? Any doubts on this so far? Printing of documents? Anybody? Okay, no doubts. I will move on to the next topic. Track changes and accept changes. So this is a very interesting topic. Okay, for example, if you are editing any document, sometimes you prepare a report, then you send to your supervisor to check whether the report is okay, or you are sending it to your subordinate to ask and amend some of the points. They may delete the document, some of the points, and you may not know what they changed. It is very difficult to compare the two files side by side, right? Or you are even doing your own review of the document, you think some points you want to delete it. So in this scenario, you find that the track changes is very useful. So you go to the review tab. So this is the tabs. Remember, you go to the review tab, track changes. So here you click on this and click on the track changes. Now the track changes is on. How do you know that it is on? You can see that this is highlighted. All the buttons are like normal color. You can see this is like highlighted, different color. So now that track changes is on. So any changes that I do now will be tracked. So for example, if I'm sending this file to someone and the person is looking at this and say, okay, I don't like this paragraph, I don't want, I delete. You can see automatically, even though they delete, it does not disappear immediately. It is shown as striked and also the color change. So this is tracking the delete change done by another person. And maybe I want to, instead of this, I can write some sentence. So I just added this. So that person maybe thinks this sentence is too long and he just wanted to change it to a smaller sentence. So, okay, so this is one thing they have changed. And maybe, for example, they have changed formatted change, highlighted. Okay, so they have done the changes. So now you can save. So now the document is having a track of all the changes done in the document. So now if this person sends the document back to you, you review, you get this document back to you, you look at it. So you go to the review button. So now you can decide whether you can accept or to change. Okay, so before I go there, okay, there's one more thing I can also share with you. So, okay, for example, you can make the changes. Instead of making changes, you can also like make a comment. So for example, I want to make a comment here. I select this, I click on this and select comment. So instead of making a change, I'm just writing here, spelling of merchant is incorrect. So I can make a comment. I don't make any changes, but I'm just giving some comments to the document originator. For example, if you are reviewing some document that your boss asks you to go and check whether everything is okay. So you can do two ways. Either you make the changes, it depends on what your boss wants. He just wants you to tell what is your information, what is your comment, or he wants you to change. If he wants to just give the comment, you can go and type all your comments like this. If he asks you, okay, you better go and change and let me know what all the changes, you can do the changes, you can delete and do the modification. So there are two ways you can do the review of the document. So once you have done this, send to the other person. Now the other person is looking at this document. So now the other person has a choice, right? Either accept whatever the changes done by the other person, or just ignore the changes that the other person did and just maintain as per the original document. So there are two ways we can do. Okay. Okay, I think I'll just pause for a while. I think Sister Kavita is here to take attendance. We will do the attendance and then continue the class.
Oh, okay. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, just give me a second, sister.
Okay, so we can.
Okay, so we continue again. So again, for example, if you have received the document and you want to decide now whether you want to accept or reject the change.
Sir, can you repeat again? Just now you showed this.
Okay, so let me come back again.
Shortly, yes.
Okay, so I remove all the changes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, for example,
Okay,
if you
document.
okay, so you have a document. So
Yeah.
if you want this document, your boss has given to you, ask you to review and make some changes. Okay, whether everything is okay. You ask you whether to make some comments or change for him. So in this case, what you need to do, you need to go to the review document. First thing, you on the track changes. You see, usually it will be, you have to go to the track changes, click on this and select the track changes again.
Okay.
Once you select this, just a second. Okay, once you select this, the track changes is on. Just a second, I will reopen the document so it's easy for you to understand. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I have opened the document. So if you needed to make any changes, you need to click on the review track changes. So once this is on, any changes that you make will be tracked. So for example, okay, you don't like this sentence, you wanted to delete this. When you select and delete, this will be marked as delete, but it will not disappear totally. And then maybe you can, like now you see there's a spelling mistake, but you just want to let him know. You just go to review, insert comment and say, okay, spelling is incorrect. So two methods. First method is you make the changes in the document
Okay.
and you propose
Yeah.
to him. Second method, you don't make any change, but you just only make comments to the person. So
Yeah.
it depends on what you wanted to do. You can use the two options. If you want to just make comment, you use the comment. You select, like for example, this sentence. Okay, if this sentence you don't like it, you think this is too long, or you prefer to remove this. You select the whole document, whole sentence, review,
Okay.
new comment. So this will be highlighted. You can say, I think this can be removed. So instead of you delete it, like in this case, here you deleted, right? But instead of that, you can say, I think this can be removed. So it's up to your boss to later decide whether he wants to delete this or not. Okay, so you make the two changes. Now you save this and you have sent it to your boss.
Okay. Sir, when I delete the red color one, the mark red color one, why no remove?
Sorry, why
To
no?
remove or no? Why not remove this red color? I think right. This one I know.
Yeah, later. That will come later because you just make a change. But now your boss will decide whether this change is required or not. Only after that, the color will go. I will show you now.
Okay.
Okay. So now you have made these changes, you saved, and you have sent this document to your boss, for example. So now he will review the document. Okay. So now he will review the document. What he will do, he comes here, he saw that you have made a lot of changes. Now he want to see, okay, so he go accept and move. So first he click on this. When he click on this, automatically it asks accept and move to next. It will come here. Accept change. Do you want to search? It will ask you, do you want to continue from the beginning? Okay. So it's asking, okay, there's a change here. So he sees this, he thinks, okay, he accept. So he click accept and move. So the size change, he accepted. Now you change this. Okay, again, he thinks, okay, I like it, I accept change. So now you see,
Now
all the side comments is gone because he accepted the change.
Yeah.
So next he comes here, okay, go accept and move to the next. He comes here, he doesn't like this. So he go and if you don't like, he go and reject. You see here, he rejected the change. So the strike through is removed. The red color also removed because he don't want to change it. He want to keep it the same way.
Yeah.
So he goes again, reject and move to the next. So he reject because he don't want to cut that sentence and do. So I reject. So you see, whatever you suggested for him also removed because he don't like it.
Yeah, he not.
Yeah, he not accept it, so it removed. Okay. Now he comes to the next one. Okay, what to do? Go here. Okay, so he sees a comment. Okay, so he can go and change. So he makes a change. So click on the accept.
Yeah,
So
if
he
he
accept.
accept, he will change this word, right?
Yeah, he changed the word. So he changed. You instead of you change, you just tell him spelling is wrong. So he go and change the spelling by himself. So again, this is again another comment. So you understand now how to make the changes.
Yeah.
So now after doing this, you see this is important. You see here final showing markup, you click this, you click on the final. When you click on the final, all the tracking will be hidden. It is not shown in the document.
Yeah.
So this step is important. So after you make all the changes, you go and mark up as final. So all the comments are hidden and you are able to have the final document now. So you see this change you proposed to the boss, he accepted, changing the size and the highlight. But here you propose to cut the sentence, but he rejected it.
Yeah.
Then you propose to change the spelling using the comment button. So he accepted and he changed the spelling. And then finally he marked this as final. And now he can go and print the document or send to anybody. So this is called track changes and accept and reject the changes. So this is very useful when 2 or more people are working in the same document. That means maybe your subordinate prepare, send to you, then you review, send to your boss. So many people change the document. So you want to know exactly what are the changes, and you want to have the control whether you want to accept the change or you want to reject the change. So this function is very useful for that. Okay. So that is called accept, reject, and track changes function. So the next and another function here you can learn is, after you have made the document, if you think that this document should be protected and nobody should be able to modify, you can go to protect the document. So you go to review tab, protect document, click on it, and it will ask you limit formatting. So edit restrictions. So you tick on this. Okay. So in this you ask, allow only this set of editing in the document. If you think that you want to protect this, but you can allow track change, you can click this. Or you want people to only make the comments, you can do. Or you want to make it only as read only, select this. That means nobody can make any changes.
Oh.
If nobody can make any change, but you just send them to read only, you take this, then you click here, the start enforcing. So it asks for a password. So maybe you can give a password 1, 2, 3, or whatever you want. You can give a password, right? You can keep your own password. Okay. Okay. So this will protect the document. So when the other person open, he will find this as read only here.
Other man cannot any changes here, right?
Now because I'm the same person, if I use this file with another person ID, cannot use, because now I'm the same person in the same computer, I still can change. But you cannot change. If I send this document to you, you cannot change. So I cannot show this now because I'm using it in my same login. But if you don't want, again, you can stop the protection. If you want the document to be open again, that everybody can edit, you click the stop protection. It will ask you the password again. I enter the password. Now it is free to edit. Everybody can edit it. So this is also useful when you are sending a document to somebody, but you don't want to change. Then you can use the read only option.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the function of this. So we have covered preview of the document, printing, track changes, protect document. We have seen this. Now the last one is shortcut keys. So there are few shortcut keys that you can learn. Basically, it will be useful for you to practice this because it will be helping you to do the faster way. You can do the document editing faster. So for example, I will show you only a few things, then other things you can try at home. Like Control B, for example. I select this. You can do the bold using the home here, the font. You can click the bold, right? You can do this, or you can select this and use Control B. You press the Control button and the B button together. Okay. So you see here, this is the control button. So you need to press the control button and the B button at the same time. Then this shortcut key will work. Okay. So similarly, there are different shortcut keys. Underline, you want to do control plus U. So I want to underline this. I select this, control and U. It gets underlined. Okay.
Yeah.
So I use control and U button at the same time. So similarly, you can test the rest of the shortcut keys that I will send this document to you later. So I will just explain what is the purpose. If you press control plus shift plus A, all capital. Okay, so maybe we try this. Select this, control, shift and A. All change to all caps. You see here, all change to all caps. So you have to press control. Sorry, this keyboard doesn't show the shift button, but you have to press the control. Shift button should be here somewhere nearby, and then the A button. So if you press all these three together, this function will happen. So same, if you want to do count bold, you need to press control plus B. You want to make it underline, you can do this. Increase paragraph intent. I think all these things you will not really use at the daily basis. Control plus home, this is useful because it goes to the document beginning. Control plus end, you have like, for example, the big document. So control and end, if you press, it will go to the end of the document. So it depends on, when I press control plus end, it comes to the last page, end of the document. Okay, control plus home, go to the first page. Then I think this we have tried before. Control plus C is copy. Control plus X is cut. Control and V is paste. So these are all some common things that we will use in your day-to-day life. Okay, so we have covered Word fully. So this is the last class, as I said earlier. Last one is Alt. Reveal the first letter of all icons. Okay, you go and just press Alt. See, it will just show the first letter of all icons, like file, home. You can see this one. Actually, you will not really use this much, but just for your understanding. Okay, so this is not really that much required for you. Okay, you have this, you press now. Okay, so this is how it works. So with this, we are coming to end of Microsoft Word. Next week onwards, we will start Microsoft Excel. So any doubts so far for anybody on this?
This is last class, right?
For Microsoft Word. Next week, we will still have class, but another software. Okay, we will learn another software called Microsoft Word.